People have a lovely newborn. They feed the kid either formula, breast milk. We prefer certainly breast milk over formula, but sometimes no matter what the situation is going to be. And parents are very eager to start solid foods very early. The American Academy of Pediatrics is now saying to try to hold it off at least 4 months, preferably 6 months, because the formula breast milk is all the kid needs. But if you start giving sugars, sweet taste, very early in a child's diet, there's a great indication the kid's going to now want to have more sugars in the diet, which is not a healthy way of learning to eat. Is that correct?
Of course.
So solids later, and we're now trying to give foods to babies have less of that sweet taste, which makes more sense, so they don't develop that sugar urge down the road. Is that true?
Of course, and not only that, but we all know that as kids get a little bit older, the 1 to 2, and when their teeth are being developed, find me a dentist who thinks that sugar is good for a kid's growing teeth. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And yes, the earlier you give a child sugar, you're absolutely right. That's how they develop their taste for it.
The obesity epidemic probably started an accelerated race probably early 80s. And a lot of people think the reason for that is high fructose corn syrup, because it gives you a rush of blood sugar, and you drop it quickly, try to make insulin, and you get more hungry. You're going to have to eat these fructose corn syrup drinks and whatnot. And it probably is making the diet problem even worse because of that.
Yes, it is, but yes, you're right. I mean, technically,
that's a factor. Let's say it's a factor.
That's a very bad ingredient. No question about it.
Second factor is you can't watch a television show without advertising for all the wrong kind of foods.
You're right about that too. But again, it doesn't matter what ingredients are in the food, or what television show is advertising, or what products the Jonas Brothers, for example, might be holding in their hands in a Jonas Brothers movie with 17 million screaming teenage girls. Who puts it in their kids' hands? It's the parents. Period. Nobody says that you have to bring that garbage into the house. Who's doing that? Who's doing the cooking? Who's doing the shopping? Who's putting the stuff in the pantry? Who's putting the stuff in the refrigerator? Who is putting the soda in a kid's hands when he's 7 years old at a pizza party?
Well, people want to filter the internet content to kids and get bad exposure. Well, the internet content is also filled with ads for bad exposure for the things we just discussed.
And worse.
And TV is loaded, screen time, as we now know. The more screen time the kid is younger, that means watching TV or on a computer, playing a game, and they're not moving around, they have a greater risk of becoming obese. Right. So there's so many things in the ear that are going to make you go down into defeat. The only thing that works in your favor is a family that stays together and takes the nutrition as the main way of eating, living, and functioning.
That's right.
That's the nutrition of a good family. That's more than food.
That's exactly right. It's not only the family environment in terms of the way they're eating, but moms and dads also should be getting out. I mean, I'm not saying that, listen, parents who, especially nowadays, so many people have, so many kids come from 2-income homes, as my daughter does. We both have to work.
That's the new home.
It's been that way for a long time for us. But the point is, for the last 20 years, women are in the market. 25 years, women are working just as hard as men. And a lot of kids have 2-income families. You come home at the end of the day, everybody's tired. I understand. I'm not saying that if father and mom have to come home from work, drop their stuff, and they all run to the gym for 2 hours. But come on, there is a way for parents to get their kids from early on engaged in physical activity, even if you're exhausted. Right after dinner, take a walk around your cul-de-sac in your own little development. Everybody, just take a walk. Walk around twice. Your kids are on the bicycles, and you and your wife are walking around. That gets your kids out at an early age and gets used to the fact you've just eaten dinner. Let's go out for a little while and take a walk. Or we've just eaten dinner. Let's go. You'll go on your scooter, and Mommy and I will be running alongside you. There has to be that as well. It's not only eating. It's movement. It's teaching your kids that movement is good, that there is a place for watching TV and playing video games, but it has to be secondary.